How's it going, everyone? Doc here with Eyes Wide Shot Gaming, and today we're going to break down our infinite oh my god SMG build. Stick around.
Conductor of the poop train!
Let's make this short and sweet with our infinite ammo Ghostbusters gun.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome flavor text. Let's take a quick look at the oh my god submachine gun. Now this cheesecake is sitting tightly at 4205 DPS, 100% accuracy, 35 in the mag with a nice 8 shots per second fire rate. And we haven't seen any oh my god with a higher DPS so far. On the SMG, we have energy transfer, which will grant us an increase to damage by 50% by consuming our shield instead of our ammo. Now, if we have an overshield, it will consume that first prior to going at our shield. What makes this SMG tick well in this build is the Siren class mod Ultra Teen Witch. Now, sadly, we couldn't find one at level 50, so we settled on the level 35 one. But ideally, find one with SMG gun damage at level 50. This class mod allows our lifesteal to partially apply to shield when we have max health, and when our shield is full, it will grant overshield. This class mod always drops with lifesteal, which maxes out at 10%. This works hand in hand with the oh my god, allowing us to have infinite overshield as well as infinite ammo. For the shield, we went with the What's for Dinner energy shield. The special perk Overshield Eater has a 12% chance to drop an overshield booster when hit while we have energy shield, as well as increases our shock damage by 25% when our overshield is active. We will constantly be dropping overshield boosters since we are damaging ourselves with our SMG, which is also benefiting from the shock damage boost. Along with it, we have Sturdy, which has a 5% chance to grant us 20% damage reduction for 5 seconds, and Siphon, which gives us a 10% chance to get almost 1800 in overshield. These will constantly activate as we damage ourselves and the enemies non-stop. For the enhancement, we have the Vindictive Hazardous Premier, but we can't find any Mal1 class mod that has gun damage, gun status effect damage, fire rate, damage dealt, etc, etc. Almost anything flies on the enhancement. For our rep kit, we have it as a failsafe. On the off chance we get hit by something and can't outheal the damage fast enough. Power Cycle will instantly start recharging our energy shield while healing us for 773 health per second for 10 seconds. Again, very interchangeable as long as we have Power Cycle perk on it. Now the grenade is something that is an added bonus. I am sure the crit knife will help a ton, but I can safely assume this will be nerfed soon, so I didn't want to rely on it too much. Still a solid choice, but just for the music we went with the disco grenade. The firmware we opted for is 3 points into bullets to spare, giving us an increase to our magazine size by 20% and our fire rate by an initial 5%, followed by an increase of 50% of our magazine size, which leaves us somewhere in the region of 22% increase to our fire rate. Along with bullets to spare, we threw on 2 points into high caliber, mostly just for the gun damage increase by 10%. Our skills are as followed on the screen, so pause the video if we are going too fast through them. So we're mostly focusing on overshield, damage reduction, and shock damage across the board as much as we could. This is pretty straightforward as the main benefit of this weapon is the survivability paired with a solid damage output that never requires a reload and isn't based off of a skill tree that seems currently overpowered. We wanted to steer clear as much as we could from anything that might be nerfed or fixed in the near future. For our specialization points, they are pretty straightforward as well. We hard focus on the brute tree for gun damage itself. The 4 perks we went with is Bullets Are Scared of Me for damage reduction based on a fullness of either our shield or our health by 30%. Then we go to the opposite, the Best Defense, which helps us gain increased damage dealt based on the fullness of either our shield or health by 30%. Riddle You This, which increases our gun damage whenever we deal gun damage by stacking it up to 50 times, giving us 1% per stack for an additional 50% damage boost. And finally, contamination. Our critical hits grant us increased status effect application chance. This will really benefit us if we are using the crit knife, but even without the crit knife, if we're using any other basic grenade, we are still doing shock damage, so this is going to be a bonus. As an addition to our damage, we do have this assault rifle which has an alt-fire support drone. Not only does it heal us for 922 health per second, but also grants us an increase to our movement speed and, more importantly, overall damage by 20%. Let's take a quick look at the damage output on a bullet sponge dummy. So without the crit knife, we see we can deal about 45 to 50,000 damage per second on average. What this SMG also does is tether and damage other enemies around, allowing us to be able to not only boss farm but also clear the chaff with ease while never needing to reload, all the while consistently healing our health, shield, and even our overshield. We hope this build helps. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and until next time, so long.